Hello, hello, everyone. How are you? Welcome if you are new to this channel. Welcome back if you love me. I love you too. We are here because Sagittarius needs to know. All right, so no matter what your Saggy placement is, the house that Sagittarius rules for you, or if you are cross-watching, you are welcome here. Please take the messages how they resonate and leave them if they don't. We are going to start off with Pineapple Charming. All right, for those of you not familiar with Pineapple Charming and you are new to the channel, Pineapple Charming is a synchronicity pineapple for your discernment. Okay, there's over 1,000 charms inside of them. It's very easy to get addicted to social media, YouTube readings, things like that. And oftentimes people find themselves forcing every single reading to fit. And that's not healthy. Not every message is going to be your message. Okay. So if one or more of the charms resonate with you, chances are there is a message in here for you, whether it is the entire message or just one thing that I say and you're like, that's why I caught this reading, right? So hopefully the charms can help you discern. If none of the charms resonate with you, either your discernment is perfectly fine and you'll take what you need to take from it no matter what the message is, or it's just not your message, right? And if that's the case, then hold space for whose ever it is, or get your popcorn, right? Enjoy the show. So I've got my pin board and we are going to start with Pineapple Charming. All right. Pineapple Charming. Spirit, please. Who needs the message? Who needs the message? All right, that's it. Let's see what we've got. Thank you, Mr. Charming. We appreciate you. Okay. We've got Dunkin' Donuts. There is Starbucks in Charming, so this is specifically Dunkin' Donuts, but coffee and donuts. Okay. That might be the first time the Dunkin' Donuts charm has come out. So we got Dunkin'. Which also reminds me, oh, Mr. Duncan from Home Alone 2. Mr. Duncan. So anyway, we've also got ping pong, table pong, whatever you want to call it. Okay. We've also got Abuelita's hot chocolate. All right. Maybe your grandmom used to make you hot chocolate when you were little. Maybe if you're lucky, she still does. We've also got the Sun card. So as of present day, it is Sag season. So, you know, you may have your sun sign in Sag. If you're catching this in divine time, it could be whatever sun sign of the season it is. So like if it's Leo season, you could have Leo placements, right? Something like that. But it's definitely Sag season. So, you know. We've also got a maple leaf. They may be, you may have been drinking maple syrup late. Well, eating maple syrup with your food, unless you're Canadian, in which case you might be drinking it. I had visited a town in Canada back when I was in 8th grade. We had gone on a trip to Quebec and we went to this place and everything was maple flavor. Everything had maple syrup on it to the point that it was so overwhelming. I couldn't actually stay in there and eat. Like we were eating pasta and there was maple syrup on it. I couldn't do it. We've also got the fortune card. All right, it's also the Wheel of Fortune. So Jupiter energy. Jupiter is presently in Taurus. It is getting ready to go direct. All of us Saggies can't wait. And so you may have strong Taurus energy as well. We've also got Miss Unicorn here with her little purple heart, which y'all know I love. We also have an octopus. So you may feel like you need more than 2 arms right now. For real though. We've also got a horse. So horses might be significant for you. You might be an equestrian. They just might be your favorite animal. God knows they are one of Sagittarius' synchronistic animals. We've got a Christmas tree. Or holiday tree, however you want to look at it, you know. Might be extra specific if you've got stars on your tree. Like little star ornaments. We've also got a crown. It just reminded me of Anne Hathaway in Alice in Wonderland, the White Queen. I haven't gotten that before with that synchronicity, so maybe that's significant for you, whether it's Anne Hathaway being synchronistic or Alice in Wonderland being synchronistic. Ooh, we got double fortune. Ooh. We got the fortune card out twice. For real. All right. Oh, I just heard put your hands up. Oh, 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 oh. The things that we get, right? You might have heard that song recently or know exactly what I'm talking about. If you like it, then should have put a ring on it. Don't be mad once you see that he won it. We got the King of Hearts out here too with the micro playing cards. So could be strong water, right? Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Masculine energy. It's someone who is emotionally intelligent. Someone who doesn't just willy-nilly put all of their feelings out there. But is rather reserved and more mature about it and knows how to handle it when other people are expressing their own emotions, right? They're not freaked out or don't know what to do when someone is expressing emotion. They're reserved, they're present, right? King of Hearts is the King of Cups energy in Tarot. That's its equivalent. So we also have some other signs out here. We've got double Cancer. So you may be like me, a Saggy with Cancer, Moon, and Rising. We've got Capricorn here. Leo. And Virgo. Oh, we got double Capricorn. Double Capricorn. So you could be Capricorn rising. You could have, I mean, we have Cancer and Capricorn out here. So you could have Capricorn, Cancer nodes, right? North node, South node, and Cancer and Capricorn. So double Cancer, double Capricorn, Leo, Virgo. So they could also be in your big three, despite whatever Sagittarius placement you do or don't have, even if you're cross watching for a Sag, right? These could be calling out some of your big three signs. So Cancer, Capricorn, Leo, Virgo. All right, came out in the beads. Now we've got quite a few letters this time, which I'm excited about. So for those of you not familiar with the letters, okay, they are super specific for those who need it super specific because they're color coded, but I ask you to not not get hung up on the colors. All right. Some people don't trust the other charm synchronicities and they're like, spirit bet, like, and spirit's like, all right, bet, and calls out their literal initials and the gender that they resonate as, like, all right, now what? You know, so take the letters as they resonate. They could be initials, they could be abbreviations for places that you live, they could be abbreviations for career, they could spell out little words that are synchronistic for you. Anything I say during the letters could be synchronistic for you, so take them as they resonate. Pink is for girls, blue is for boys. Doesn't matter to me what you resonate as long as it makes sense for you. Black and white are yin and yang, so black is yin, feminine dominant, white is yang, masculine dominant, regardless of gender. Okay, we do not have any blue charms, but we do have some pink charms. We've got B, Q, Y. Okay. B, Q. Did I just lose the B? Did I just do that? Oh, I'll never find it. Okay, so maybe. Yep, I lost the B. Maybe you've got someone whose name begins with B and they're MIA. Okay, maybe you haven't heard from them in a while. Maybe you wish you could hear from them. Okay, but B is gone. B is out, all right? B is out. So we've got pink B. Hey, Meddings, how you doing? Q and Y. Okay, those are the pink beads. Then we've got R and P in white, so masculine dominant, yang energy. And then we've got quite a few black charms. We've got Q, S, P, A, C. Okay. We're at E short of space. So any of those can be your initials. Let me see if I could get anything else out of these. We got PA, so it might be Pennsylvania. We've got SC, could be South Carolina. We've got SAC, so you may be a football fan whose favorite quarterback just got sacked out, especially because we have the Q and the B is gone. Right? Let's see. We also have spa. So you may have been on a spa day recently or need one. We've also got spar. So you may have literally witnessed two people sparring if it wasn't you yourself. We also got sparse minus the E. So maybe feeling that kind of energy lately. We've also got rap, R-A-P. So you may be listening to rap lately. We've also got pay. So you might have to pay somebody back or pay some bills. Maybe someone owes you money. We've also got, let's see. We're a T shy of party. Maybe you're the life of the party. And you're missing. Hey, Kristen, how are you? All right, so names, we could have Quinn, Quentin. We can have, well, I heard Yennefer from The Witcher. Yennefer. Also, right, because we got Y and Q and pink. We could also have Peter, Patricia, Paul, Parker, Andrew, Elena, Rachel, Ryder, Charlie. Phyllis. Just heard Phyllis. All right. Let's see. Adrian. Patrice. Edie, like Edian. I've got carp here too. You may have gone fishing lately or have someone in your life that likes to fish, or it's about that. Stephen. You might have someone who's sappy. I got sappy here. You might have a sap. Sappy. Hell, we got Pappy too. All right. April. April may be a significant month for you. I'm also seeing Squire. I don't know. So those are the letters. All right. Those are the charms and the letters. Again, if they're your initials, abbreviations of where you live, anything with your career, anything like that would be significant for you. Okay. So again, the letters are A, Q, Q, P, P, Y, R, S, C, and B. Who's missing? Oh, congratulations. I love babies. I just don't want any more. I love other people's babies. All right. So let's see. We're definitely getting into Harrow. We're definitely going to do AstroDice too. What's in the AstroDice spirit? Let's do that real quick. What other big three energy or cross watcher signs might be coming out in the dice? I know, I love the Harrow. They're spicy. All right, so we've also got Scorpio, Pisces, and Capricorn. Capricorn did already come out in the charms. We've also got Scorpio 10th house. So you might specifically have Scorpio in your 12th house, or 10th house, sorry, or 12th, right? Neptune's Pisces. Scorpio in the 10th or the 12th house. You could have Pisces in the 10th or the 8th house. Scorpio in the 8th house. Capricorn in the 8th or 12th house. So you may also be a Cap rising if you've got Cap in the 12th house. Same goes, right? Scorpio and Pisces. You could be any one of those risings. 8th, 10th, or 12th house placements. Yeah. Capricorn and Scorpio have been coming out a lot. A lot. Capricorn's my 7th house. But yeah. All right. So strong Scorpio, strong Capricorn, strong Pisces, especially if they fall in the 8th, 10th, or 12th houses. Yo, stelliums all day. Yo, what up, stellium sister? How you doing? I love stelliums. All right. So let's get into the Harrow and see what is going on. Yeah. I found the bee! The bitch is back! I just so happened to pop my elbow on it. Awesome. The bee is back. Oh, jeez. So if they were gone, they're coming back. Don't worry about it. All right. Harrow. What's up, Spirit? What do our Saggies and cross watchers need to know that you would guide me to this message? You may have a stellium in any one of those signs, by the way. Now that's synchronistic for the whole message. So thank you, Kristen. May have stelliums in Pisces, Capricorn, Sag, or Scorpio. Stelliums are 3 or more majors in one sign, just in case you're new to the terminology. All right, Spirit. What does Saggies need to know? What do Saggies need to know? And our lovely cross watchers who care about us Saggies. Much love and support to you. Oh goodness, I'm being told to keep going. Oh, now I'm nervous because there's already 4 cards out here. Spirit's like, no. Keep going. That makes me so nervous. All right. Woo, we got the winged serpent. Oh, the intensity. We got the winged serpent on bottom and the foreign trader on top. Interesting. These are new energies. That's top and bottom. The foreign trader. All right. We've also got the publican, the tyrant, cricket, the beating and the inquisitor, and the desert. I've got 5 separate energies out here. Spirit. I mean, I know Sag is like a partier in their shadow. Like, this is a hella party. All right. All right. Let's just get fucking started. The winged serpent is a wisdom card. That's the top of the deck. Bottom of the deck. Foreign trader is on top. Let's do that first. All right, the foreign trader. Okay. The foreign trader is a neutral intelligence card. It says, the foreign trader is the card of spies and peddlers alike. Any who trade in information are subject to the card's influence. A bargain made under this card's auspice always concludes true, but the ramifications of the pact might be shocking for those who do not understand its implications. Trading information, bargains made, always conclude true. So the bargains always work out, right? If someone trades information in exchange for something else, it always holds up. But the ramifications of that might be shocking for those who do not understand its implications. This is about people keeping their eyes on you. You've got spies, Sag. Interesting that I shouted out to the cross watchers who love us, because I typically don't do that. It's almost like someone trading information or sharing secrets to get on the good side of other people, which really might shock certain others who are the subject of the gossip or the secret. But whatever information is being shared, it's true. So if someone is spying on you and watching you and reporting back to anybody, the information that they're picking up from you is accurate. And the way they are retelling it is accurate. Interesting. And that's why it's neutral, because the truth is just the truth. It's not good or bad per se. It just is, right? Underneath the winged serpent, I just picked it up off the bottom of the deck, is the twin. The winged serpent is lawful good wisdom. And it is a powerful being. It's a powerful being. Knowledge and prudence are separate keeps bridged by understanding. The 𝘗𝘗𝘗𝗕 represents this bridge, knowing whether now is the time to strike. Lawful good is divine, right? It's divinely contracted. It cannot be broken. Lawful aligned cards cannot be broken, and it is in the good alignment. Okay. Whatever truth is being shared, knowledge and prudence are separate keeps bridged by understanding. I think if there was misunderstanding prior, or a lack of insight, that's clearing up. It's just a matter of when the information is shared. Okay. And if you're not necessarily being spied on or spying on anybody else, it may be almost like a hypervigilance of the energetic landscape of people, so to speak, and putting things together, right? That you would be looking around and putting two and two together with certain things. The twin being on the bottom and the teamster is under that. Makes me feel like in the divine mirror of things, everybody is doing as they're divinely guided, even if it fucking sucks sometimes, right? Even if it's hard or laborious work, right? Even if it feels like drudgery for a time while we're quote unquote waiting, which is Sag's light. It's Sag's virtue. Sag's virtue is patience. Because Sag sees the goal, just doesn't know how to get there, right? Sag is the visionary. They just don't necessarily know or are good at choosing the steps to get there. They're better off letting things fall into place as opposed to dictating the path, which is Gemini's forte. Sag never really knows how it's all going to work out until it just does one day. Interesting. Yeah, definitely knowing when the right time to say or expose or share something is. Okay. Let me get my hand-drawn cards. I'm going to get a little deeper into the 5 energies we've got out here. Clarify the tyrant. Clarify the tyrant. Okay. The tyrant came out with the Dark Knight. Y'all know why I'm not surprised. The publican is like our Morpheus card. So clarify the publican. Clarify the publican for us, please, Spirit. The fireplace. Clarify the cricket, please. Clarify the cricket, please. The honey jar. The peach with the cricket indicates treasure, and the honey jar indicates the sweetness of life. So that's similar vibration. Clarify the beating with the Inquisitor. That's too many cards. But they're nice cards. We'll see if they come back out. No. Okay. We got the birth in reverse. Clarify the desert, please. The open door in reverse. Needle and thread is on the bottom. Sag gang. And sonar is on top. This is the top and bottom of the deck. I know it's Monday. I'm going to be hella live a lot this week because I got short work week. So just saying. We've got the angel underneath the needle and thread with the scissors. Okay. I don't know why. I just saw in the letters the word scrap. You might be dealing with scraps or literally scrapping someone. All right. Also, because we got Jupiter out twice with the Wheel of Fortune, you might have Jupiter in one of those signs, right? Cancer, Capricorn, Leo, Virgo, Scorpio, Pisces, Capricorn, if I didn't already say them. All right. Because we have the twin underneath the serpent, the winged serpent, and we've got the needle and thread, which is the red thread. And if you guys aren't familiar with the red thread mythology, I believe it's Japanese, and it's it tells of souls, 2 specific souls that are always connected by a red thread. It's a cord that connects the 2 that can never be severed, right? And these are inherently the twins, right? They are Adam and Lilith. So in their own energy, right? Yin and yang. Yin and yang are the twins. the masculine, the feminine. So let's get into the Dark Knight here. The Tyrant is lawful evil. Contracted shadow. Okay. The Tyrant indicates a ruler who is blight upon those ruled. The dragon might indicate a monarch, overseer, or head of household. Whoever this person is, he does harm to those over whom he holds sway, whether he realizes it or not. So this person is someone in control in the reality or in the energy, right? Even if you're not necessarily in the literal physical same reality. This is someone who does not realize that the power trip they're on is actually hurting the people that they oversee, right? So if it's a boss, it could be a tyrannical boss, someone who's really controlling and doesn't realize that him being on his high horse is hurting other people, right? It could be no different for a head of household, literally the person who runs the house, right? Pays for the house. This is my house, my roof type energy. Doesn't realize that the way they're controlling things or running things is actually hurting their partner or hurting the children, right? Especially psychologically or emotionally. Okay, that they may be better off in different circumstances. This is someone who is extremely controlling. Okay. Does not realize how the way they rule and hold sway hurts people. They might really be of that mindset. It reminds me of someone saying, I do so much for it. I do so much for them. They would be nothing without me. That kind of energy. I do so much for all of them. How can they be so ungrateful? I do all of this. They would be or have nothing without me. This place would fall apart without me. It's that kind of mentality. Okay. It's that kind of person. The Publican. Yeah, with the Dark Knight, this person is lost in their shadow. Okay. They really do not understand the hurt that they are rippling to other people, right? And hurt people. They're not healed. They probably declined opportunities to along the way and are in their Dark Knight and keeping others inside the Dark Knight then, right? The Publican, that's lawful evil. The Publican is the exact opposite. It's chaotic good. Okay. The Publican represents fellowship and camaraderie, a place of refuge for those in need. Most would find the Cyclops inconsequential, but he has insights relevant to the reading or quest. So this person, Saggy, I wouldn't be surprised if this was your energy being the chaotic, good, aligned energy, because Sag is known as the optimism. Their keyword is optimism. And they are the best friend of the zodiac. That is their MO. They're everybody's friend. They always have that place for somebody to go, right? Warm up by the fireplace when life gets cold. And they have insights that most others do not. And that's because Sag is the visionary. They see the end result, even if they don't necessarily know how they're getting there. The Cyclops is someone with a third eye wide open, right? That's how they see the world. They see it through their third eye. It's not what their two eyes see. It's what their one eye sees, right? The Cyclops. Not to mention Saggy's closed the fucking bar and he's the last one standing. So, you know, But yeah, and it's a wisdom card, and that's Sag's house, right? Sag rules the 9th house of wisdom. So Sag, I feel like the publican may most definitely be your energy. All right, cross watcher, I could be talking to you, but you know, this is a Sag reading. So yeah, I feel like Sag, you're in that feel good energy. The fireplace keeps others warm, but it also keeps secrets, right? The fireplace keeps a lot of secrets. So where someone else might be trading secrets, right? We have this darker energy. Sag would respectfully keep the secret. If Sag is asked to keep a secret, they do. Okay. Yeah, I feel like that energy is present and warm and a friend. Definitely has insights. All right. The third energy is the cricket. The cricket is neutral good and came out with the honey jar. Okay. The cricket is a grig, a creature whose mind is as quick as its body. It represents speed and quick passage. Although the cricket is commonly associated with travel, the peach it sits by represents treasure at the end. Okay, so this is a fast-moving energy. I feel like this might also be someone, because of the cricket, that is musically inclined, and I'm being drawn to that. And it was around for a while, and I absolutely loved it when I first heard it. The crickets, when their sound, the sound that they make is slowed down, it actually sounds like an angelic choir. So if like you were to look up crickets slowed down on YouTube, it would probably come up, and it does sound like an angelic choir. If you're a reader, because this cricket is actually holding Harrow cards. You got the sun, the moon, the planets. It's all in these cards that they're shuffling. If you are a seer or a reader in some sort, because I know I'm not the only one. I know there's quite a few of you who follow me that are readers as well. This energy might pertain to you as well. But it definitely speaks of sweetness coming in rather fast. Okay. And being mind and body, right? That the mind is just as quick as its body. I feel like as soon as you think it, it's coming into form. It's happening very quickly, right? The manifestations are happening very quickly. It's not like a slow manifestation that could take a decade. It's definitely a manifestation that once you think it, it's already on its way, noticeably so, right? And these two energies, right, the publican and the cricket, are being flanked by the tyrant and this inquisitor with the beating card. And the birth came out dead ass in reverse. Dead ass in reverse. So to me, that is a humbling. Okay. We all know what the opposite of birth is. So, let's see what this energy is all about. Because it don't look good. It don't look good. The beating is a neutral, evil aligned card. It signifies coming under attack from all sides, but it can also indicate the dissolution of the self mentally. Whether the strength is of the flesh or of the mind, it dissolves under the relentless attack. Now, in the Inquisitor, right, and I'm going to read it for you, but the Inquisitor is someone who is straight up facts, right? And it's talking about mental dissolution. So the Inquisitor, right, because this was neutral evil, this is lawful neutral, okay? The Inquisitor accepts nothing save the truth. He represents immutable, right, unchangeable reality, that which cannot be fooled or swayed in any way. To attempt to go against this unchangeable object, person, or idea is to court disaster. So this person is literally going through a death. I do not have a death card in my hand-drawn card. So birth in reverse is as close as we get to it. This person is taking a mental beating. Everything they think they know. I feel like that energy, everything they think they know is dissolving right in front of them. It's not holding up. Okay? This person is going through a major ego death. Major ego death. Whatever belief system they were holding, whatever facts that they felt were, you know, the real deal, the truth. I think they're learning the difference between their truth with a lowercase t and the high truth with a capital T, right? Because there's a big difference. There's a big difference between knowledge and books and divine wisdom and the truth that separates the two, right? Capital T truth. So that's the Inquisitor and the beating. Somebody is going through what might feel like a mental breakdown. Okay. Or everything they thought they knew is changing. Because it doesn't have to be some crazy dire whatever. Okay. But it might feel a little wild for them because they've been stuck in some mindset or some belief system, some perspective for quite some time. Right. So their whole mindset is being challenged. Okay. Then we get the desert. The desert is a chaotic good card. It's an environment so bleak that none can survive it without aid. For those who find that aid, the journey across the wastes can lead to great things. Misaligned, it implies the subject cannot rely on the help of others and will assuredly be lost. The Sphinx on this card can refer to a mystic or doctor bringing salvation in times of plague or illness. With this energy, because it's an environment that you can't navigate without help, the Sphinx can represent a mystic or doctor, and it came out with the door, the open door, in reverse. So either one of two things is going on. Either the door is straight up shut, or it's closing. Right? It is literally on its way shut. If it's an open door reversed, it could be on its way shut. So anybody who would need help getting out of this desert, which is the, you know, metaphorically a waterless environment, and water is metaphorical for love, right? Love. It is a desert. It is a loveless place. What is love? Love is the presence of choice. If the door closes, they have no choice but to stay in the desert. Think about that. So we've got a condition of environment and time, and 4 people or 4 separate energies. Needle and thread and angel and sonar. Now, sonar being on the top of the deck, this is about having to dig deep, right? Sonar is about having to dig deep. When we don't understand why we're feeling what we're feeling or why something hurt, we have to dig a little bit deeper. Okay, so if we don't understand why we're feeling what we're feeling, or why we're receiving from the experience what we're receiving, right? Why we're experiencing certain things, the first question you ask is, what mask were you wearing? The second question you ask is, why were you wearing the mask? What is the fear state or the pain that prompted you to wear the mask and be false, that you would receive such an unwelcomed experience, right? And if you were hurt or in fear state, where did it come from? And it usually comes from childhood. It usually comes from our younger years. Okay. So when something happens to us and we don't understand why, right? We get this question mark. Why is this happening to me? Why? And we get upset. You really do got to ask yourself, okay, how was I false leading up to this event? What intuitive pings was I ignoring? Why was I afraid to speak up? Why was I afraid to be myself? Why was I, wearing this mask like everything was okay when it wasn't? Right? What lie did I tell? And then you got to ask, why did I put the mask on? Why was I being false? Why was I out of integrity? Why was I misaligned with the divine? Because the divine is not a liar. Right? If we're going to be aligned with divine energy, right, our highest self, then we have to be honest and truthful, right? So what pain was I afraid of feeling that prompted me to put on the mask? Was I afraid of rejection? Was I afraid of abandonment? Was I afraid of unworthiness? Was I afraid of fill in the blank, right? What was I afraid of? Was I afraid of, being violated in some way, taken for granted in some way, right? What was the fear? And where did the fear originate from? Who was the first person that you can recall teaching it to you? Who was the first person that taught you that it was normal to be hurt like that and that you deserve to be hurt like that? Right? Like an example. I'll give you an example. It's a personal example and it's a hard one to hear. So forgive me in advance. Okay. But I speak from experience. I don't know any other way. When I was 6, I was molested by a next door neighbor. Right. And I was taught that people in a position of power over me can violate me. I was taught that at a very young age. It created a lot of pain, a lot of insecurity, right? A lot of fear. I have Pluto and South Node conjunct in the 5th house. And anytime I am out of alignment with my soul's passion and purpose, or I'm not enjoying my work, or I'm being pulled away from my creative work, right? And I'm working for other people. I've literally had bosses at almost every job I've ever worked at sexually harass me in some which way, shape, or form. Whether they were my boss and I was working at a diner and they touched my ass on the walk by in the aisle. And I don't mean a brushing like an accident. I mean grabbing everything, to where I literally turned around and looked at him. I said, if you ever fucking touch me like that again, I'm out of here. You know what I mean? Like, I had another boss at one of my jobs start putting out feelers to see if I wanted to be a side piece. He started talking about how him and his wife aren't intimate anymore and how he needed a side piece. I had another boss at my job, literally, who was married to a woman who was literally having a miracle baby. And he gave me a promotion, then asked me to stay after a little later so that he can go over routes with me the next day, and literally locked the office door and asked me if I minded if he could jerk off to me in the office. No one else was there. I had supervisors literally threaten to kill me. They threatened to bring a gun to school, or gun to work and shoot me, because I literally told them I was not interested in them, and I had crazy stalkers. I've dealt with that for a very long time, right? So now, whenever I'm working for someone else, if a boss were to insinuate or imply or even joke around that he liked me or was attracted to me in some way, my instant trigger, my mask to put on is joking and doing everything within my fucking power to turn them off. Everything. Everything. I don't even care if I'm lying. Anything to turn them off so that I don't have to experience that pain over again. The mask goes on. No, it doesn't bother me. We can laugh and joke about shit, but I'm going to do things that literally are off-putting. I'm going to take things too far. I'm going to do all kinds of stuff to make sure that my boss is not attracted to me like that, because I need my job. Right now, I'm a single mom. I don't have anybody helping me with child support, nothing. No family helping me out, nothing. I'm not trying to lose my job. I don't want to have to quit. I don't want to have to go to HR. I just want to go to work and do my fucking job. So if a boss is making jokes, about, oh, I'm going to need a chastity belt, or, oh, I watch you as you, bop along and you're dancing in your bay. And I'm just like, everything inside my head is freaking out, because it's like a reoccurring theme, right? So that's the kind of thing. Why was the mask on? If you don't know why you're experiencing what you're experiencing and why it hurts or why it sucks, what mask went on? Why did it go on? And where did that start? Right? That would be how you backtrack it. I don't like the experience happening at my job. Well, why is that experience happening? Why is it this way? Well, because I put a mask on. Okay, I accept the fact that I put a mask on. Where did that come from? What was I afraid of? What was the fear, right? The pain that triggered the mask to go on. Okay, and where did it start from? Right? You got to get real and honest with yourself, because these needles and thread, these soul ties that we have, sometimes it's the same fractal, right? The same piece of the same soul. It's a piece of the same soul. I gave the analogy to a client the other day, and I gave the same analogy to my son. I said, imagine it's you and your twin soul, right? And maybe you and your twin soul, yin and yang, Adam, Lilith, are truly the only two to exist. Adam took a piece of his rib out and created Eve. She's a piece of him, right? She wasn't a divine creation of God. Adam created her, right? She's a piece of him. It's no different. Like if we were to look at our entire world through a kaleidoscope, we're seeing the same thing, the one whole that we're looking at in a split fractal image, right? So when we have our soul mirrored in the outer, and our twin soul and us are constantly healing via this red needle and red thread connection, we're going to see pieces of them in our reality no matter where we go. It's connected. No matter how far apart you are, no matter if one person's on one side of the globe and one's on the other, no matter if one is living here on Earth or one has passed away to the next realm, it doesn't matter. The soul pieces are always connected, right? So what is it that needs to heal? Can you accept the fact that you have wounds? How do you let it go? How do you continue forward knowing that there are certain limitations in the reality that you need to abide by? Like, I have a son. I have to be able to afford my rent. I have to be able to pay my bills. I have to be able to pay my car, right? I need a steady income, right? I have to be able to work for someone else. I don't have a partner helping me. So how do you deal with certain situations? when you can't sacrifice certain parts of the reality, right? And this is why people lie. This is why people put on masks. This is why people have certain trigger responses to certain things. And we never know what someone went through in their life. Like my boss at my current job has no fucking clue that I went through all the shit that I did with prior bosses. No idea. He doesn't know that when he says funny things or is joking with me, maybe he's joking with me, right? That my brain goes into trigger mode, self-protect mode, protect my life, protect my son, protect my foundation, protect my well-being mode. Because I've had patterns of experience, right? And everybody goes through these things. So the tyrant is the tyrant for a reason. They've been through a pattern of experience. They deal with not so great experience. They don't know why they're putting on this mask. They haven't addressed it, right? Someone inside the dark night has not shown light on their demons. It's one thing to be self-aware, right? That I could sit here and be self-aware. I know why I do what I do and why I'm receiving the experience I'm receiving, right? We know the cost of it, right? There's a cost. When we exchange information with other people, right? There's a cost. I understand the cost. I understand what wearing that mask cost me. And I'm okay with that. I would rather it cost me what it did than put me in a position where I felt wildly uncomfortable like I have before, to the point where I had to quit my job. I love my job. I would rather do what I'm doing the way I'm doing it. And take the consequences of the action. Being self-aware, right? Whoever this person is, and we're going to get into the tarot in a minute, but whoever this person is, if they're manifesting hurt experience and they don't realize it, and they're hurting other people and they don't realize it, it's because they're trying to avoid a different kind of pain. They're trying to avoid feeling something that they've felt before. Maybe they're super controlling because they're afraid of being abandoned. Maybe they're super controlling because they want to be the reason why things succeed, because they're afraid of being a failure. They're afraid of not being good enough. Where did it come from? Because the mask is that they've got it all together. They've got all the answers. They've got it all under control. That's the mask. But there's pain that's putting that mask on. Why? What's the experience that caused the hurt to begin with? Who was the first person to hurt them and make them feel like they weren't good enough, or that they were beyond control? Right? That they were out of control of the situation, that they're trying to justify why they were treated that way by reenacting it from the power position, right? Think about that. In psychology, okay, quick little side rant on psychology. In psychology, when people go through trauma at a young age, right, and they're violated in some way, mentally, emotionally, psychologically, physically, financially, when they're violated in some way, in order to understand it, because it feels so horrible, right? The violation, the trauma feels so horrible that they become the perpetrator, the person who violated them. They become the perpetrator to other people because they're afraid of being violated again, one. And they're trying to understand why it was necessary in the first place that they would be violated in such a way. Why would someone violate them? They're trying to understand it and they don't realize it. that they're reliving it or reenacting it or repeating it because they're trying to justify why they were violated when it was so wrong. They're trying to validate it. Well, it happened to me and I turned out fine, but they didn't though. The mask is that they're fine. The reality is they're hurt inside and they're hurting other people. And it stems from them being hurt, right? And needing to try and understand it instead of just saying and to the self, that was not acceptable. I was violated. I never want anybody else to feel that way ever. It was not okay. Right? An example would be I had a loud, abusive mother. She locked me in my room and stomped on my ribs. Well, I could be that kind of mother to my son to try and validate it, to try and understand it, to try and prove to myself that sometimes kids are so bad that they deserve to get locked in their room and stomped on. Well, it was all right that she did it to me because I found a reason to do that to my son. So, you know, it's valid. Or I could just acknowledge the fact that that was fucked up and there is no reason to treat your kids that way. I don't care what they did. You're not going to lock them in a room for 3 days and come in randomly and just start stomping on their fucking ribcage, screaming it's all your fucking fault. No. I know that that's fucked up. I would never do that to my son. I would never do that to anybody, right? So people respond to trauma in two different ways. Either they reenact it to try and validate it, to justify why they were abused, or they go the complete opposite route, right? The tyrant is someone who is trying to validate the pain that was put on them by someone else, the trauma that was put on them by someone else. And they don't understand. They don't understand that they're hurting people around them because they don't even understand their own hurt or how it's rippling. They haven't gone through this. They haven't gone through the process of asking the questions, right? Same thing with this energy over here, right? The person going through this mental meltdown of everything they thought they knew. It's not that way, right? It's not that way. We have this treasure quickly coming in, right? And this energy, this good aligned energy who is like, hey, we're friends. You can warm up over here. I've got choice for you here, right? Choice, the presence of choice. But time's running out. But time is running out. I can't stay here forever, right? I can't stay here forever. If you don't want to take the door that's closing, you're going to be stuck in the desert. There's no choice there. It's like being in a locked reality, right? A locked system. You only have so much time to wake up and learn something new before you end up getting stuck, waiting for the next chaotic chance, right? Chance that you would have a mystic or some kind of spiritual person come through to help wake you up in the desert. What are the odds, right? What are the fucking odds? I'm going to start with the Wild Unknown Tarot. Time stamped it real quick. Okay. All right, Spirit. Insight into the Tyrant with the Dark Knight. What is going on with that energy so that those who know who this is and their reality or need more clarity on who it is. Who is the Tyrant in the Dark Knight? The hurt person who doesn't realize how hurt they really are, right? Putting on the mask that they're okay and they're in control and they've got it, all the answers, right? Who is the hurt person hurting others and doesn't even realize that they're doing it? Insight into this person, please. Insight into this person, please, right? Because it could be man, it could be woman, it could be something in between that they identify as, right? It could be, like I said, a boss, it could be a head of household, it could be a parent. What else? They could have strong Leo in their chart, or a wounded Leo placement, like Leo Chiron or Leo Lilith, Leo South Node, Leo Pluto, Leo Saturn. Father of Swords is on the bottom. They could be an air sign or have strong Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius placements. They have good intentions. They might also be an alcoholic. They might drink a lot. Good intentions. Okay. They're afraid of failure. We got the Six of Wands clarified by the Seven of Coins reversed. That's a fear of failure. A fear of letting other people down. Especially because we got the Strength card out here. Yeah, the Ace of Wands with the Nine of Swords. They're afraid to make choices in a different way. They're afraid to make new choices or hold a new vision or let go of control, right? Because the Ace of Wands can also be really phallic, which is masculine energy. They might be afraid, right? Anxiety over not being in control. Because if it fucks up, like, they don't want to be the reason why it got fucked up. They don't want to be the reason why other people are suffering. That's their fear. That if they're not controlling it, the people that they love are going to suffer. But what they fear appears. Right? What you fear appears. So they're literally afraid that if they don't control everything, that people are going to suffer, that people are going to be at a loss. Right? They're afraid of things failing. They're afraid of people failing. And so they're trying to control every little thing, right? Hyper controlling. They might have strong Arian energy too, or Uranus placement that's significant. They're willing to take leaps of faith or risks on love. They're willing to chance being hard in the present if it achieves the result they want in the long term. Like, it might, if they had a father who was very cold, right, who was not an affectionate or emotionally intelligent father, right, they had a very stern, strict, rules type father, right? They might be looking back at their relationship with their father and saying, yeah, my father was strict, but it turned me into the man that I am, right? Or my so-and-so is strict, but it turned me into the woman that I am, right? And so they might be really strict on the people that are in their life, really strict on their employees, or really strict on their kids, or really hard on their partner because it's going to make them better in the long run. That's what they believe. And so they're taking a leap of faith on that lion pride, that control, because they feel it's good for them. Another example would be someone who was in the military and they feel the military was good for them and disciplined them, gave them structure. And so they come out of the military, they try and come back into civilian life and raise their kids or treat their partner with military boot camp type tactics, right? Because it was good for them. And so even if it hurts, they believe it's good in the long run. Okay. They don't realize that they're hurt and that they're hurting other people. That there's a better way. That there's a better feel-good way to achieve the result that they're looking for. Let's get into the publican. I'm going to use the Barbieri Tarot. The publican with the fireplace. More insight into this energy, please. To be fair, the tyrant may have been brought up by someone who was in the military. If they themselves did not serve, maybe their father did, right? Or whoever was a strong influence on them. Again, strong Aries, Leo, and air, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius for the tyrant. Insight into the publican, please. Yeah, we've got the Knight of Wands. That is Sagittarian energy. That is mutable fire. With the Lovers card, that's the twin. The High Priestess. That could be the double Cancer energy, the Piscean Neptune energy. Temperance, yeah, it's definitely you, Sag. I called that one, right? The publican is Saggy's energy. You can also have strong Gemini or Pisces in your chart. It's very mutable. Yeah, you're not talking to your twin right now. The Lover's card is clarified by the Knight of Swords in the reverse. And King of Wands, Cardinal Fire. Also the third evolution in the royal court. So Aries or Sag. Could also be Leo, but Aries, Sag. Bottom of the deck is the Queen of Swords. That's that honest truth. And the Five of Pentacles. I feel like, Sag, if this is in fact your energy and you're resonating as the publican, I feel like you communicate truth from the heart space. And I think you are intuitive. I think you can see the path, the result of the path that people are choosing, even if they can't see it, right? Like if you're dealing with heavy Sag energy in your own chart and other people are not gifted in that way, they have different strengths, right? Maybe they are heavy Gemini. Maybe they are heavy Pisces, right? You see the end result. You see the choices that someone is making and can see the end result of their actions, their choices. You already know how it's going to end. The High Priestess, you already know how it's going to end. And you can warn people. You can warn them all you want. But you know they're not going to listen. 99 times out of 100, they're not going to listen. They're going to go down that path anyway. And when they choose, right, the lovers not to listen is when you choose to stop communicating with them. Because at that point, you're just wasting your breath. They got to find out the hard way, right? There's different kinds of learners. Some people learn by hearing about it. Some people learn by witnessing it. Other people are hands-on learners. And there's nothing you can do when they choose to learn the hard way. You've had to abandon because of wisdom. This Five of Pentacles, the owl's wing is in the background. That is Pallas Athena energy. It's wisdom. The owl is at her shoulder. It's a communicator, right? It's a communicator of wisdom. You might be abandoned when you speak this wisdom to people. When you speak that truth, ooh, and the King of Swords is under that. This is King and Queen of Swords with the Chariot underneath. 10 of Pentacles underneath. The final manifestation, you already know. When your head and your heart are in alignment with the fucking truth and you communicate that, you move forward. You move forward to complete manifestations. And you see how other people are moving forward to whatever the end result is. Whether it's the castle or the ruins. You already see it. The High Priestess with the King of Wands. The King of Wands is the visionary. He's the highest manifestation of the vision. High Priestess is intuition. You already know and sense the final result. You already know. You're the catalyst, the Knight of Wands with the Temperance energy. You're the fire. Red pill or blue pill? That's what you offer people, right? The Publican is our Morpheus card. Sag said red pill or blue pill. Because they'll tell you the truth. If you don't want to buy it, you don't want to believe it, all right, you took the blue pill. You took the blue pill. That's fine. Saggy doesn't hold any judgment. They get abandoned for holding the wisdom all the time. I can't even tell you how many times I've had friends message me, reach out to me, and I tell them something they don't want to hear, and I'm being honest, and all of a sudden I don't hear from them ever again. Or I don't hear from them for years, and all of a sudden they message me out of the fucking blue, and they're like, hey, how have you been? It's been so long. Do you remember the last time we spoke? Yeah, I do. What about it? 7 years later. I was right. Saggy does it all time. All the time. So yeah, the fireplace can keep you warm. And it can also burn the books. It can burn the books. Like, I guess my future with this person's gone. I can already tell you the ending to that story. No need to witness it. Right? You'll have to let me know in the comments if you've got strong Sag energy, if you have literally dealt with that. And if you've dealt with it often, right? Telling people the truth about what you see, how it's going to turn out. Them not believing you and then all of a sudden not talking to you anymore because you told them the truth about what you see. Only to end up right. Let me know in the comments. Because this is intuitive as shit. Let's dive into the cricket with the honey jar. Let's dive into the honey jar and the cricket. This is the field tarot. What is the cricket? The honey jar, please, Spirit. What is it? Ace of Cups. I saw that. The star. That's the treasure, Sag. That's coming in quick. Spirit's got an overflow of love coming to you. And to be fair, whomever would connect with you and take the red pill. Yeah, Ace of Swords is on the bottom. It's clarity. Ace of Pentacles on top. For real? Can't make this shit up. Can't make this shit up. Yeah. Yeah, you're reinventing yourself. Empress. Yeah, that King of Swords. Contracts. Listen. Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, and the fucking Star. That's new and fresh. You're burning the old book, Sag. The fireplace. You're the person who sees the way out of the desert. That's you. The Sphinx. It's interesting because the Sphinx is a chimera, right? Just like centaurs. Mixed animals. You're the one that sees the way out the desert. You're willing to take certain people through the door with you, but they got to take the red pill. They've got to be able to trust what you see. They've got to be able to trust you. They don't trust you. It's not a reflection of you not being trustworthy. It's a reflection of them not trusting themselves. What do I say all the time? When in doubt and you can't trust yourself, trust the people who love you unconditionally. Like if I really am torn on something, the first person I get a hold of is Tanya. Some of you know her as Coach T. Tanya Tomes. If I'm really torn, all I got to do is call Tanya. Because by the time her and I are done that conversation, whatever transpires, she won't tell me outright. She'll ask me the right questions. And I will come to the right answer I go to Tanya. And so it's like when you can't trust yourself, when you don't know why things are happening, when you don't know what to do, get a hold of someone you can trust, who you know will ask you the right questions. Because Tanya would be like, well, how do you feel? Well, why do you feel that way? What do you want to feel? What do you got to lose? What do you have to gain? Would you regret it? What would you regret more? Is the fear worth it? Right? And I'll end up coming to the right answer. Whatever's coming in for you, it's coming in fast. It's coming in really fucking fast. We've got triple ones here. And the star 1-7, that is initiation of miracle. 7 is the number of miracles and divine intervention for the 8, which is abundance. Ace of Cups, Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles. Right? Lawful good energy. The winged serpent on the bottom. Everything's happening in divine alignment. You trust your alignment. Everything's happening in divine alignment. What's going on with this Inquisitor? Interesting. I'm being drawn to my Egyptian tarot. Given I rarely ever use this deck that is not like regular tarot, and almost all of these cards are in French. They're all in French. Okay. So Spirit, help me. Help me as I get into the beating in the Inquisitor with the birth card in reverse. What is going on with that energy? What is going on with the beating, the Inquisitor, and the birth energy reversed? What is going on with that? Insight, please. Insight, please. What is going on? The Two of Swords. The Six of Cups. Surveillance. The Ace of Cups. The Four of Cups. And the Moon. 𝗍𝗘𝗏𝘗𝘕𝘚, 𝗍𝗔𝘍, 𝗑𝑒𝑠𝑡ine, 𝗑𝗡𝗖𝗟𝗓, 𝗑𝗡𝗙, surveillance, activité, vigilance, sécurité. Bottom of the deck is the Hermit, repentir. Top of the deck is the Queen of Wands, passion des riches. I think the Inquisitor has been on their own for a long time. Maybe because they're so rigid and they're the one watching. The Inquisitor, surveillance. Literally is what the card says, right? We got the foreign trader. The foreign trader, and I pull out the Egyptian deck. And it's surveillance. Right? The French word down there. Surveillance. They're the one watching. They're the one spying. This is a sacred soulmate with the Six of Cups who missed an opportunity to love themselves and got lost in illusion or delusion. They couldn't see with the Two of Swords, the Ace of Cups coming. That the publican is getting, right? Or that's being offered in general. The clarity, the foundation, the love might be what the publican is offering these two. Yeah, they couldn't see the Ace of Cups. They were distracted. And now they're watching in disbelief. They're going to be watching in disbelief as whatever wealth or abundance, whatever that is, comes in, whether it's a wealth of experience, a wealth of money, a wealth of love, a wealth of notoriety, right? A wealth of whatever it is. They're going to be watching. And it's literally going to melt their mind. Like, what? Because they were in disbelief. The moon, they were in disbelief. Anubis is mentioned on the card. I think they're the one who's potentially watching the door close, right? Because if we're Egyptian tarot, this is the desert with the Sphinx, right? I think the tyrant energy, whoever and whatever they are, maybe already had the opportunity to red pill or blue pill with the publican. And maybe got stuck inside their dark night, right? And now the Inquisitor is being presented the same option, red pill, blue pill. And they're going to be watching the manifestation come in. Whether they choose it or not. Because I think whatever is being offered, they're either going to take the door or they're not, right? They're either going to be stuck in the desert, just like the tyrant is stuck in the dark night, right? Or they're going to choose differently. But they're watching. They're watching. What is the desert? This is the Trionfi Della Luna Tarot. Clarify what the desert with the open door reversed is. Clarify what the desert with the open door reversed is. It's interesting. I'm looking at the desert, right? And it's got this little figure in his paw. And we talked about the Sphinx being kind of similar to Sag's centaur energy. They got the figure sitting in the paw. And the Sphinx is the guide, right? It's the mystic. It's the spiritual help through the desert, right? And I feel like this is the opportunity that the Inquisitor has to be shown the way. Because that energy is larger than life to the Inquisitor, right? Clarify the desert with the open door. We got the 9 of Wands. Yeah, last chance, right? The 9 of Wands represents someone who has one shot left in them. Right? That is the wounded warrior, wounded healer card, Chiron card. They've been through a lot. They've only got enough energy for one more try in them. That's the 9 of Wands. One more try. Right? It's like someone who's been through 100 failed relationships and they're like, fuck it, I will try it one more time. And after that, I'm never doing it again, right? They got one more try in there. 4 of Coins. Yeah, 8 of Coins. They're holding on. One more try. It's effort. It's effort. They've got to be able to bury their demons. They've got to be able to bury their demons. Judgment. Knight of Wands. That's the card that came out with the Publican. Queen of Coins and the King of Coins, right? Suited King and Coins. King and Queen, we had the suited Queen and King with the Publican, right? Queen and King of Swords. We've got the suited Queen and King of Coins over here. So this is a master manifesting, right? Knowing what they want to manifest, what they desire to manifest, and actually being able to choose it and make it happen. Lots of coins here. This is the opportunity that they have to create what they really actually want to create in this life. The 7 of Wands is on the bottom. 8 of Wands is on top. Yeah, they're getting the pings from Spirit. 10 of Swords is under the 7 of Wands and the 5 of Coins. They got to defend themselves against their own fears. They got to defend themselves against their demons. They got to defend themselves against self-sabotage and self-abandonment. They have to stay connected to the light. Self, capital S, self-abandonment is when they abandon their higher self. They give in to their fears, right? They let go of dignity. They let go of integrity. They put the masks back on. They have to stay in the light and move forward, right? Forgiving the self for past mistakes and trusting in the wish fulfillment, that they could see it, the High Priestess and the Star, that they could see the healing. Choose the opportunity to love the self. 4 of Cups with the Lover's card. That they wouldn't miss it. That's the Ace of Wands. That's the new opportunity to be seized. The Page of Coin. That's it right there. Their demons are finally sleeping. They got to listen to their intuition. That door is closing. And they really have to lock in on their higher self this time. They can't betray themselves, right? They can't get sucked into their addictions. They can't get sucked into their fear. They can't get sucked into lying and whatever. Like, they really do have to trust, right? They really got to trust that if they move forward with the wisdom that Sag is offering, that they can better their life experience, right? That they're the creator and that they can create better. when they address the wounds underneath, right? When we go through those questions, why am I experiencing this? Why does it hurt? Okay, well, it started from a mask. What was the mask? Why did I put the mask on? What was the pain under it, right? Where did I first feel that energy, right? Who taught me that that energy was acceptable for me to feel, that I keep recreating it and re-experiencing over and over again, right? These are the kind of things that someone might be learning as they go through their healing process. You know, some people choose not to heal. That's okay. It's their journey. If they don't figure it out with you, spirit never gives up, right? Spirit never gives up. Just because you cut communication with them does not mean that spirit has, right? There are other facets of us, right? When we were talking about the kaleidoscope earlier, if we are our counterparts, other half, right? Yin and yang, just like we look through the kaleidoscope and see fractals of them everywhere, the same thing happens for them. Even if we choose not to be that specific fractal that is in their experience, there are pieces of us everywhere they look, and everyone helping them heal, right? They couldn't escape it if they tried, because literally the purpose as to why we're here, literally. So trust in the process, right? Don't get hung up on, you know, being there, not being there, failing, mission, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's not possible. It's not possible. How could you possibly fail the mission if the mission is divine? You don't think spirit knows what the fuck it's doing? You think it made a mistake? That's why I said, if I'm not your reader, that's okay. There's another reader that you're willing to resonate to that's good for you, and you'll heal the same way. It doesn't have to be me. People that I've had to block because they're fucking ridiculous and toxic to my own dang energy, and I've had to block them. And it's like, spirit, I'm letting them go. I trust that you'll have someone else reach them. It's not me. You'll have someone else reach them. They're still going to heal. It doesn't have to be me, right? And we could do that with everybody in our life. Like I love my father. I would have loved for my father to heal and me be that person that helped him do it. And if it's not me, that's fine. It'll be someone else then. It's too painful for me. I don't appreciate it. I don't enjoy it. It's harboring, you know, negative energy that's affecting my manifestation. I got to let it go and trust the divine will have someone else help them heal. I was that facet for a while to help them. Now it's someone else's turn. You know, that's why I love my soul family. That's why I love my divine rebel diamonds, my pineapple patrons, my members here. They're just fractals of me. They're all pieces of me. We're not separate. They're my soul family. They're my soul family. They're touching people's lives that I would not touch otherwise. They're just fractals of my beautiful soul energy elsewhere in the world. Like, fucking love y'all, by the way. For real. Trust that if you can't get to somebody and help them heal, there is another part of you out there that will. Spirit does not give up. Spirit does not give up. It's been at it for lifetimes. And where there is a will, there is a way. It's just a matter of time. Literally. All right. Let's see. Do I want to pull a guidance card? I think I do. We're going to do the Crystal Mandala Oracle. Crystal Mandala Oracle. Spirit, please. What guidance card above all others for those who have made it this far. Yeah, already there is value. Goddess, 𝘗𝘗𝘕𝘌 and heliotrope. 𝘗𝘗𝘗𝘗𝘓. It's card number 43, Crystal Goddesses 888. All right. Already there is value. It says, we bring you the empowerment to see that already there is value. It is natural for creative energy to become excited by new possibilities, new ideas, and new forms. It is also possible, however, for creative energy to become engaged in liberating the undiscovered value within that which already exists, polishing it until it shines with divine light. Sometimes there is a need to shed the past and all associated with it completely, starting afresh. However, at other times, there is something of value from the past that can, if allowed to bask in the light of your creativity, become very valuable for your future. In your enthusiasm to move forward in life, don't forget to take the value that already exists in your world along with you. The innovative creative mind tends to be future-oriented. It can see how things could be. There is excitement for what is yet to be, and a desire to embrace the new, and perhaps a feeling of excitement for what is unusual and stands apart from what has been. This can be healthy and helpful. Newness can bring energy and uplifting change. It is wise, however, to not rapidly cast away all that has been to make space for the new. It is a question of discernment and degree. Sometimes it will be appropriate to take extreme measures to purge the past. At other times, it is simply not necessary. And if you do not pause to consider the value of what you are releasing, you may lose valuable resources that will support your future. Perhaps it is an idea that will need to be further worked upon for the full divine brilliance to be revealed, or a connection that already exists and is going to unexpectedly rise up and support you and your divine work in some way. Whether there is an old idea half completed, an opportunity not yet acted on, or information not yet taken in or digested, the oracle says that something valuable is right under your nose. It may well be the very thing that helps you bridge the past and the future. You are guided to sit with your creative efforts and what already exists in your life with your relationships, your possessions, the information you have at your disposal. Is there information, a project, situation, or inner guidance you have already received that you are yet to fully integrate and apply in your life? Is there something within that could be beneficial to you? Use your intuition. Allow yourself to feel for your inner guidance. Is there something you have too quickly dismissed as trash that could actually be transformed into treasure? If you are inspired to reinvigorate a practice, to revive or reinvent yourself, a brand, or a project, then the oracle brings encouragement for this process. I love you too, Kathy. If you are going through a creative process of growth, Perhaps having completed a body of work with a certain philosophy or approach and now feeling to head in a different direction. Or perhaps as a parent now stepping into a professional arena, for example. This oracle brings you guidance. Do not dismiss the value of what you have done up until this point. It is in no way diminished because you are growing. You are growing because you have done all that you have done. Your past efforts can continue to have a positive impact in the lives of others, even whilst you move on with your life into the next phase of your journey. Look at all of the value that you have already created. Look at all of the value that you have already at your fingertips. Just the fact that we were talking about sonar, and I gave you all the example because I have a crazy history, right? With bosses at my job. Just the fact that you would be able to look at your not feel so good experience and start to figure out where it comes from, that you could recognize it and own it, that you can accept, right? When you follow your feel goods, that you can accept that certain things transpire. I have no regrets. I have no regrets. I would have rather let go of a higher position than get promoted and feel obligated at some point or put in an uncomfortable situation with my boss. I would have rather lost the promotion. I have no regrets. I know where the mask came from. I was aware of it while it was on and was guided to choose it anyway. Think about that. It wasn't a reaction. I was guided to wear it anyway as a response, not a reaction. I was responding because the universe said you already know what that path is going to look like if you go down it. So I said, okay, Spirit. In the divine mirror of things, who else is wearing a mask? But I would be guided to put one on in front of them. Because I'm a reflection in their reality, right? Their inner reflected in the outer. What mask are they wearing? Everything is divine. If you can see it and you can understand it and you can embrace that it exists for a reason, what value? Really, what value? That's a priceless value. To know the self and accept the self and wield the self as a creator and trust wherever it takes you in your highest alignment. The value that is within your whole experience that makes you different from everybody else. That you can reflect and project a certain way that is divine. How could you possibly be hard on yourself? You are only capable of knowing and seeing what you yourself are willing to know and see as divinity. Because you and the divine are not separate. So if the divine makes no mistakes and you are not separate, then neither do you. That's incredible value. That wisdom right there. You can stop being so hard on yourself. and continue to look and continue to dive deep and continue to understand the self and all of its workings, the brilliance of it all. And trust that whatever is meant to be communicated in words or action will be communicated at the right time. Just do as you're guided. You don't have to force anything. Sagittarian energy doesn't have to force anything. They just have to visualize. Saggi's superpower is vision. It's vision. Just hold the vision. The rest will transpire the way it's meant to. Believe that. All right. So Sagittarius, cross watchers, I love you. And I look forward to seeing more of you guys this week. Thank you so much. And until next week, take care, everyone.